Hello, Georgette Ann Cars here, and I wanted to show you today how to do a fast palette knife painting of a dog. So what I usually do is when I'm doing something that's very realistic, I might do it as blocking out the forms and doing it just really fast as abstract and then working on from that. So let me show you how you can do that. So I have this picture here that I drew, and I just use one of my drawing pencils. This happens to be an F, so it has a little bit of darkness to the coloring, if you can see, of the pencil. And I just did an outline, and that's of the ears, the nose, the mouth. Then I gave it a little leash here. So let's get started. I'm going to do it with a palette knife. So I'm just going to put this here so you can see. And I'm going to tape the dog down. And what I've done is I've taken out my colors already. And the colors that I'm going to be using, you know how I recycled my palette. So I have some different color browns here. And I have my sienna. I have some umber. I have some Mars black. I have ivory black. And I have my yellows. And for my yellows, I just had like a primary yellow, and I did actually use some yellow oxide. So let's get started. So I'm going to use two palette knives. One is a half blade, and the other's a little one. So I'm going to use the half blade for detail. But again, I'm just going to do this really fast, and I'm just making this up out of my head. I have some brown on here. I'm just going to be defining these edges, and I don't care if I go out of the edges. That kind of works for me. And I'm just defining these shadows on the dog of where I might see the shadows. And you know, when I'm working with the palette knife painting, what I want to do, and this is kind of abstract in a way, I can turn the canvas, I can turn my knife, I can move the easel any way that I want. I have a tabletop easel doing this one. So, and I'm just again putting those dark areas where I think they might be. And again, you know, your dog could be different. Again, I'm just making this up, trying to do it in a very short amount of time for you on camera. And I'm putting some shadows under here. And maybe a shadow on the side. This is going to be the dog, the side of his body. Okay, maybe we have some shadows over here. And you can notice the way I'm using the knife, I'm turning it, I'm angling it. And I'm using the half blade because I kind of get all of these areas that I want to cover. And when I'm pressing, I leave some white spaces in between if I want to. So that's step one. So I'm putting in some of the shadows. Now I'm going to move to the next color. Okay. And I wanted my dog to be kind of cool. He's going to have a lot of color in him. Different color browns. And I did a whole video on layering, show you how that works. And in my classes, we do it in detail, so. Now I'm going to move to another color. And again, I'm doing this on just regular canvas paper. If you did it on, you know, a canvas, you could use a lot more paint if you wanted to. This is again going to be like a 5-minute demo here. And now I'm just defining these areas of the rest of his face, the color that I'm going to give him. And you can see how I really do like the high half blade because I can kind of angle it to the point that I want and stop. And again, this is more like abstraction here. Just defining these areas. And then I'm going to go in with my last color. And I think I'm going to use some yellow oxide. And now I'm just going to go in for the areas for the nose. And I'm going to have a little bit of pink. And this is where I'm going to use a small palette knife. And again, you know, when I'm painting, sometimes I'll just block out the colors. I'll do them really fast because I want to get to this point. And I don't do it exact. As you can see, I'm not really so much worried about filling in all those spaces. I am more concerned with blocking out these areas on the dog, and I want to work with his eyes. And it's a trick to learn how to control the knife, okay? Because you do want to define some areas, but you don't want them to get muddy. You can wait until they dry and go back over some areas. Now I'm just outlining this area of the dog for you. You could have had any color. I just made it a little bit more difficult by doing tons of color on the dog. But you could have had one or two colors. You didn't have to have like all these colors. But maybe we have this really cool dog that does have all these colors. I just wanted to show you how to be able to blend different colors and build colors up on top of each other. And again, we started this video with me just showing you about the palette knife and the drawing. So that took about 2 minutes. But the whole process of doing this dog is almost 5 minutes. Okay? We kind of have it going on here, maybe a little bit longer. I mixed a little bit more colors. But try it at home. And I just want to show you something. You can layer if you wanted to, like another color on top. You see how that works? And you can totally change the color and bring it down if you wanted to. You can blend. But in my class, I teach you all that. We do a lot of abstraction. We do realism with the palette knife. Again, I do the classes at Seattle Central College. So if you want to join me maybe. You can do it with me. You'll be in the class. And now I'm going to give him a collar. I haven't decided what color I want this collar to be. I think I'm going to make it a pink. I was going to give him a green, but I think I'm going to do, sometimes I think, what color should I use there? Should I use an orange? Orange would be kind of cool. But I think, let's see what I have here. Maybe I'll use a lime green. I have some yellow, a lot of yellow that I had. Some primary yellow that I can mix with my dark phthalo. Or I can just use the green that I have here. Get that same color. Maybe we'll make this like a golden color. This little tag here where he can be identified, his ID tag. Okay, so the point is you have the dog as far as the outline, and try it in a monochromatic color. Try it in all grays, before you move to color. But it's really fast, it's blotchy, it works. This was the first, I didn't finish this one, but this is the first attempt that I added the dog. Try it in different colors, and try something that you can do. And I'll show you the next step of how you can take this and you can make it super realistic, right? So I'll show you something. Stay right there. So these are my paintings where they started off blocky like that. This is a little bit more impressionist. And this is a little bit more tighter and loose. You can see all those little strokes in here. The small knife. Okay? So, try it. Tell me what you think. Have a great day. Ciao.